Hi, my name is Alisha Nicole Jackson. Welcome back to my channel. Happy Sunday. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Y'all know what day it is. It's leg and glute day. It's lower body day. And if you don't know, now you know, okay? I have been working out for 5 years. I'm studying to become a certified personal trainer, and I'm on here just showing you guys what has worked for me all these years, okay? And also implemented some new things, all right? These workouts are perfect, especially if you're a beginner at the gym. I love Planet Fitness Down, honey. I know the internet has a lot of wicked things to say about it lately for some reason. I feel like sometimes the internet just chooses like things to cancel and hate. And 1 month it was McDonald's, and then 1 month it was Planet Fitness. However, I did not hop on the hate train, clearly, because I'm still here. And this has been the main place I've worked out for 5 years. I had a membership to LA Fitness very briefly, but I'm just more comfortable here for some reason, right? It's just better, in my personal opinion. Anyways, today we're going to work on lower body, so legs and glutes, focus workouts. I work my lower body twice a week, so, like I was saying, I work my body twice a week. Sorry, guys, it cut off a little bit. And basically, I have a light day and a heavy day. All right. So, on the weekends, I do my heavy day because I do not want to lift heavy and then go into work. Something about that just feels like too much, right? Emotionally, physically, mentally. That's too much for me personally. So, I like to lift heavy on the weekends, on my Saturdays, on my Sundays if I need to, because I could like lift heavy and then I could go home and rest, right? I'm not lifting heavy and then going straight into work and then coming home to rest. I give my body a chance to recover, right? Now during the week is my other glute day. I typically do it toward the beginning or middle of the week. However, that is a light day. However, both days I do a decent amount of reps, right? When you are trying to grow your lower body or any muscle, you want to increase the reps and to really, have that muscle hypertrophy hit, right? Grow your muscles, tear your muscles, right? I mean, you could do awesome workouts, but you're going to do 4 sets of 5 reps? No, baby, you need to be doing 4 sets of 10, 4 sets of 15 on each exercise. So that's how I like to do it. Today, I believe, is 4 sets of 10. And it was a really, really, really great workout. I actually had to switch my gym, guys. So I'm kind of getting used to this gym, getting used to recording here, just making sure that everything looks good for you guys. And every gym is different. At the first one, I was comfortable. I knew every machine. I knew how to basically set up my camera. And now I'm in a completely new place. So forgive me if some of the angles you're like, girl, what? Because I'm getting used to it. My old gym was really cool. I loved it. I loved everybody there. But unfortunately, they had a new employee and she is hell bent on me not recording. So, you say tomato, I say potato. I don't know. You say tomato, I say tomato. You don't want me to record, I have to go somewhere else. So, anyways, enough yapping. That is why I am here. Bear with me as I learn the different, well, I know the machines, but the different angles for each machine, and get my thumbnails together. Okay. Anyways, let's get into the workout, or at least into the stretching. So for me, I like to stretch 7 minutes minimum, 20 seconds on each stretch. Lately I've incorporated a couple new stretches. I don't know if you saw me, but just a couple of seconds ago, one of the stretches that I did was basically moving my legs from side to side, almost like windshield wipers. That's really, really good, especially for your hip flexors. And I want to make sure I do that more in my hips. Here I'm just opening up to the side. And I feel like at this point in my fitness journey, it is more focused on stability, and making sure my body is healthy, but also being able to have strength to move. I was literally talking to my friend today, and she was telling me how when she used to do insurance, like, the 65-year-olds could barely move their body, so the goal now is more to make sure I'm moving my body, right? I do cardio at the end of every workout. Sometimes I show it, sometimes I don't. But just to make sure I'm moving my body, right? Stretching, doing lateral lunges like this to warm up, and, open up my body. And making sure I'm able to, move as I get older And, I have muscle to support me. Okay? So, whatever reason you came, it's always good to make sure your lower body is strong, y'all. And this deep squatting is awesome. You could literally add this to your everyday life and you will get deeper in your squats. And just more mobile overall. Alright, let's get into this workout. First, we got sumo squats, okay? For some reason, that was annoying me. So, I had to move it. I thought I moved it all the way out the frame. So, sumo squats, right? Wide stance with the sumo squats. I point my feet out, right? You get a dumbbell. I think that was 45 pounds. You squat down, come back up, squeeze your butt at the top, and don't lock those knees, okay? But these are sumo squats, 4 sets of 10. For the most part, you'll see every exercise all the way through except the hip thrust, because my camera footage, like the storage is getting full, y'all. I feel like I just bought storage. Okay, Apple, y'all making all these updates. Can we do unlimited storage? Okay. But anyways, that's the only one that you won't see all the way through, I believe. But regardless, 4 sets of 10 on everything. I love sumo squats. This is a staple for me personally. I am typically advocating for squats or doing them in each workout, even though to me, for just proving for a good lower body day, a hinge motion, a single leg motion, RDL. So like RDL, right? Hip thrust, Bulgarian split squat, step ups, those are all good as well. But I stand by doing squats, I've been working out for 5 years, but the last 2 years I made the most progress. And those were due to adding squats into my routine. Would I say they're the best for glutes? Not necessarily, but I think they're a good workout overall for both your legs and glutes, specifically your legs, depending on which way that you squat, right? You can target different areas. However, my best workout I would suggest for glutes would probably be step ups is at the top. And I like Bulgarian split squats, but I feel like step ups are the best. So they're awesome. Alright, y'all. I knocked these out pretty quick. I'm like, let's get done with these, honey. Okay, let's go into hip thrusts. Alright, I just recently started adding hip thrusts into my rotation. And I believe hip thrusts work. My butt is sitting up so high. So, these are hip thrusts, y'all. As you can see, I use the mat that you stretch on as a pad. And I'll tell you why. Because the first time I came here, there was no, like, cover that I used for, like, my squats, right? The neck cushion or the cushion. There was no, like, cushion or cover. So I'm like, let me get creative. And I saw this online where they put the mat as, like, a shield, basically, if there is no cushion or cover. And when I tell you, I feel nothing when I hip thrust. It's the most comforting thing to me. It probably feels better than the cover would. So if you ever are like at the gym and you're like, I need something to cover my legs, because you could do it with just a barbell, but that hurts, okay? And we don't want to hurt ourselves. So I would suggest the mat or the cover. That's personally what I would suggest. And I've really just started adding hip thrusts into my rotation. My trainer doesn't even know about this. He probably watching this video like, girl, who told you to do this? I did. Oh, per the internet. But I like trying new things because eventually I want to make a new gain guide. Guys, I have a gain guide in my bio, $10. Please support if you want to grow your legs and glutes. This is an effective method. I have people doing some of these techniques and it's already working for them. So please support. Link in the bio, $10. Buy for yourself, give it to somebody else, or just support me and put the, spend the $10. Also, my birthday is Saturday, so I'm gonna put my Cash App as well, okay? Anyways, back to hip thrust. Okay, for these 4 sets of 10, same thing. And I am gonna eventually make a new gain guide with new workouts, because I feel like sometimes it's good to spice it up and see what works even better since I'm 5 years in. So This is me attempting to add some new things into what I've already been doing. And for this one, we're just going to get straight into the leg extensions. But remember, for everything on the video, 4 sets of 10. So for these bad boys, I think I was lifting pretty heavy, honey. I mean, based on my face, I believe I was lifting heavy. Side note, I look great. But I love leg extensions. These are awesome. These are awesome. And I feel like they're very underrated to build your legs. I mean, it's nice to have glutes, right, and to isolate them and then just work on your glutes. But it's something about when your legs are equally as strong, right, and muscular. To me, that's super beautiful. And I like the way my legs and my glutes look together. It really does help, right? It just makes overall look bigger, right? Your quads are bigger, your hamstrings are bigger. So leg extensions are very important because you want a well-rounded lower body, right? Great to have strong glutes, okay, but your legs is what walks up the stairs, okay? Your legs is what, squats down and helps pick up things, right? So this is equally as important. And for leg extensions, one thing that I like that I do sometimes, I didn't do it this video specifically, but sometimes if I ever want to switch it up, see y'all, I'm at a new gym. I will get better angles, I promise you. I'm getting used to it, okay? But one thing I like about leg extensions, if you ever want to switch it up, you could make this a single leg exercise. So how step ups focus on are more of a single leg exercise. Same thing with Bulgarian split squats. You can do the same thing with leg extensions, even though they're more focused towards your legs, if that makes sense. So sometimes what I'll do is, instead of lifting with both legs, I'll lift with one, right? Let's say 3 sets of 15. One set is the left leg, one set is the right leg, and one set is both. So that's how I like to switch it up sometimes if you want to give yourself a challenge and just see how strong you are overall. I think it's going to be an interesting journey for me as I continue to grow with fitness, because I mean, I'm never going to stop. I love working out, and I'm studying and everything of that nature. So it's pretty much implemented into my life, and I love helping you guys, especially with beginner workouts like this. This is a really good one. But it'll be interesting just to see what I do with it, how far I take it, how heavy I want to lift. I am trying some new techniques. I actually follow this bodybuilder. He's so dope on TikTok. He gives tips and tricks. And I'm not a pre-workout person, but one of the tips, excuse me, I can't even say it, honey. Tips he suggested was to take baking soda as a pre-workout. And y'all, I took baking soda as a pre-workout with my creatine, and I swear I was in here like, huh, I felt so good. Honey, I was in there like a Hulk, like the Hulk. And then he has a lot of dope suggestions. So I think throughout my fitness journey, and since I've been doing it so long, I'm just going to try new things, right? Try new hacks, try new exercises, bring them back to you guys, edit my guide, as I learn more knowledge, as I study. That's the one thing I like about fitness, is that it's really a never-ending journey. And it's a never-ending journey. It's something you can always learn. It's something you can always do. It's something you can always grow in. Something that's always changing. There's always more research, okay? And you can always go heavier, okay? I like that you can bring a vision to life, right? Most of this is mental. Look at my face. I'm mentally showing you how hard this is, 4 sets of 10, y'all, for these ones. Alright, I thought this was hilarious, so I included this in the video. But basically, we're going to get into leg curls next. Okay, I love this angle. I'm not going to lie to y'all. I think this was perfect, especially since I'm at a new gym and I'm still learning and things of that nature. But when I tell y'all, I struggled so hard to fix that machine, and I was so sad because I'm like, it was perfect. Nobody was around, the angles were good. It was close. And then I'm like, I cannot move it, as you can see. I don't know what was going on, y'all. I'm like, I thought that was hilarious. It shows you that even like gym goers can sometimes still struggle with certain things. Alright, so as you can see, I hopped on another leg curl machine. Thank God they had another one. But I'm doing leg curls. And typically I do the leg curls where I curl them all the way back to my butt. But a lot of Planet Fitness don't have that one. Right? So I did this one. Leg curls are awesome because you cannot neglect your hamstrings. Right? So your hamstrings are on the back of your leg. And as you can see right now, my hamstrings look pretty good, okay? It makes a well-rounded leg and body overall, okay? It makes those thighs look great, especially since the summer is, it's coming up. Those legs are going to look good, okay? And I feel like a lot of people in the gym don't talk about working your hamstrings enough, but you have to work your leg as a whole. Something that I just now thought of is maybe, eventually seeing about calves and what I could do with those and different exercises. But baby, this one is tough. This one is tough, man. This one is tough. And it just goes to show that I still have stuff that I could work on and be better at in general. Right? But for this exercise, I kept it real simple, okay? Do 4 sets of 10 of these, and then this was the last one in my rotation, y'all, and then you're done, okay? Then you are done. But you gotta remember not to neglect every part of that leg, honey, okay? Same thing with the glutes. And it's always good to research what exactly the exercises and machines are working. But the whole idea of growing any muscle is basically doing a higher amount of reps, right? And progressively overloading. So what that means is eventually going heavier and heavier and heavier. That's just me fixing it so y'all can see me better. Hey now. But going heavier and heavier and heavier and heavier, okay? And eventually what's going to happen is that muscle is going to tear. Okay? That muscle is going to tear. And you're going to build stronger muscle. Okay, y'all, I pushed through these. I'm not gonna lie. I was like, oh my goodness, no. Look at me. I'm like, Lord, what did I get myself into? And after every single workout, I do my 15 minutes of cardio, y'all. So after this, I did 15 minutes of cardio. I just do not show it all the time, but I promise you, I do it. Cardio is good for your heart. Do not forget that. Especially if you eat a lot of salt, okay? First off, stop doing that. But I get it, we're human. I've had weeks where I'm like, dang, okay? Because I do track my calories. I talk about that in my guide, how to track your calories, what to look for, right? Your macronutrients, your protein, carbohydrates, and fats, But you gotta work your heart as a muscle. So I do not skip cardio, right? I do it for 15 minutes. I walk one, jog one. I don't care how I feel. I don't care how much weight I lift it with my legs, right? I don't care how hard I work my glutes. I'm gonna work my heart because that's necessary. Especially in certain communities, especially if you come from a family that has heart disease or high blood pressure, all these things, you should be doing cardio, okay? Some type of cardio. The strength training is there for muscle though. So, you'll be strong. I thought this was so funny. Me swinging my little legs off. Oh my goodness. Honey, I was over it. I was over it. I was over it. I was over it. But I did not quit. And I did that stuff. Oh, I got it done. That's what it's about. Look at me. I'm like, dang. Gotta keep going. So here I am knocking them out, y'all. Remember, 4 sets of 10 for every single workout. All these machines are available. All these machines are available at Planet Fitness. That's all I was saying. But you guys have an amazing week. Please like, comment, subscribe, and share. Buy my game guide. I also have a hair guide out. I'm dropping my cash up for my birthday. Feel free to bless me. And blessings your way. 4 sets of 10 for everything. Stay strong. Stay amazing. Bye, y'all.